Okay, so this is to help you with, this is for fall, spring 2016, and it's question 1 on the exam that year. And so what I'm trying to do here is we have angles. D means degrees, the first R means radians, and then XYR is a Pythagorean triple that goes with that degree. So first of all, this is going to be 45 degrees, 0, 45, 90, and you just take your calculator and add 45 to that, so you get 135, 180. What happens when you add 3 to 18? 215, and then this should be 270. Add 45, so that should be 315. Really easy. Now, radians is a little harder only because it's fractions, so I'm just going to put a little marker here to say, okay, up here is going to be pi, right? So this is going to be pi. So it's going to be 1/4 of pi is here, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. If you can do this in your head, so much the better. But this is the thing that completely floored me. My Penn students could not do this. These are Penn students I'm talking about. So I think everybody probably struggles with this. So 2/4 is a half, so that reduces to a half. 3 pi over 4, and there's pi, 5 pi over 4. 6 pi over 4 is 3 pi over 2, and 7 pi over 2. Okay, so then what happens after this, I'm going to erase these because they're not relevant at the moment, is that you need an XYR pair for this triangle right here, okay? And the reason I'm making it XYR is so you don't always have to make R1. So in this case, this is half of a square. So it's 1, 1, root 2. So you just write 1, 1, root 2. And the great thing about the rest of this chart, just for this, for the red one, not the blue one that's down below, is that all these are 1, 1, root 2. So you can just write, whoops, that's not 1, 1, root 2. 1, 1, root 2. All the 45-degree angle ones are 1, 1, root 2, except you have to worry about the signs. So in quadrant 1 it's plus plus, quadrant 3 it's minus minus. Over here x is negative, y is positive, and over here x is positive, y is negative, so it flips the other way. So we've taken care of those 45-degree angle, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So we've taken care of that. Okay, now what about the case where we just have 90 degrees, 180, 270, and so forth? So in all those cases, the radius is 1, and then we just look at x and y as if we're on the Cartesian coordinates. What does that mean? It means you have to imagine, for example, that this is part of a grid. Okay, there's the y equals x line. I'm sorry, the y equals 1 line. Y equals negative 1. X equals 1, x equals negative 1. That's the axis, this is the other axis. So you're part of a Cartesian axis system. And then you just say, what are the coordinates? Well, the coordinate over here is 0, 1. This coordinate is 1, 0. This coordinate is negative 1, 0. And this is 0, negative 1. Very easy. Okay, not meant to be difficult. All right, and then that's good. That's all you need to know. And then we just go down to the next one. And you notice that I did not repeat these 4 points, and that's just because there's no point in repeating them. But they're identical. The information is there, but it's just in the previous chart, so there's no need to do it again. Okay? So this is 0 degrees, and then it's 30, 60, 90. 120, 150, 180, 210, 240. Just keep adding 30. 270, 300, 330. And the same trick we used to do fractions with the radians up above, we use for here. So this is the pi, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is pi over 6, but let's not worry about the pi's. 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 6, 8, 6, 9, 6, 10, 6, 11, 6. And so what is this? This is pi over 6. 2 pi over 6 is pi over 3. 4 pi over 6 is 2 pi over 3. So some of them reduce, right? And 7 pi over 6. 4 pi over 3. 5 pi over 3. And 11 pi over 6. There you go. And then again, we do the x, y, r thing again. So what's going on here is we've got ourselves this kind of triangle going on. This is a 2, 1, square root of 3 situation, and this is for 30 degrees. Alright, so what does that mean? Well, you can write this as x is square root of 3, y is 1. And then you're going to do a mirror image on this triangle. It's going to end up the same as this triangle, this triangle, this triangle, like a butterfly shape. These guys are going to be the same. But now you have to worry about the signs, okay? So just like before, down here you get 2 negatives. Here you get just a negative on x. And over here you just get a negative on y, just like before. So if you have trouble remembering, then over here y is negative, x is negative. That's what the quadrants look like. So you can put this little thing on your 3x5 card that you're permitted. Okay. Okay, now we have the same triangle but flipped. The same triangle. And this is going to be 2, 1, square root of 3. So the x and y are just flipped versus what they were in the other picture. And again, this is going to be the same as this triangle, and that triangle. X, Y, R, X, Y, R, X, Y, R. They're all mirror image of each other. Now we just have to worry about the signs. And then double check all your work, because this is a situation where errors can propagate. We do not want propagating errors. So just double check everything you've done. And then you have a nice little reference chart for the rest of the exam. So this is why I'm making it question 1. And then you have all this information already sketched out. Hopefully that helps somebody.